let's look at the type of properties. So far, we've only been using strings. The breed was a string. The name was a string. The favorite toy was a string. But we can use any type as a property. So for example, let's add an age to our dog, and that age is going to be of type number. So we don't have any quotation marks around it because it's a number. So we could create that all at once. And I don't know if you noticed, we got one of those PowerPoint characters in there instead of one of the correct quotation marks in there. And so now, sister's dog has the age 12. So if I look at the type of the age property, we have a number, whereas the breed was a string, and the name was also a string. We can also add a property that is of type array. Maybe we want a list of the favorite toys rather than just the favorite toy. So if we copy and paste this in, and now my sister's dog has an array here for the favorite toys, and it's telling me it's an array of 3 items. So I have to actually access the array itself. So let's say, oh yes, I have to use my array notation here because it's got a space in it. So from my favorite toys, give me the first one. And that'll return the ball. Well, that syntax is pretty complicated, right? Because favorite toys is array notation, and then it's array after it. So it does work just fine. You put the square brackets on there and say, give me the favorite toys property. And that property is an array. So then you go to the next square bracket, and you say, give me the first one, which is at index 0. So that's why we don't usually use spaces in our property names. It's more confusing. So let's go ahead and change that, and we'll just make it the favorite capital T toys. Now, if we look at sister's dog, we've recreated it. Favorite toys is our array. Now we can do dot favorite toys and get the index 0 from there. And that's the ball. Index 1 is the frisbee, and index 2 would be the stuffed frog. Here's another example where we have a property that is of type object literal. So we're nesting an object literal inside an object literal. And where's that one? Well, right here. It's the full name here. Full name is the property name, and colon, that is followed by the value. Well, the value is in curly braces, and we know those curly braces indicate that it's an object literal. So my dog is an object literal that has a property that is an object literal for full name that has the properties of first and last to give us the 2 names. Let's see how that looks. So my dog, full name, is the object literal. So if I look at my dog dot full name, you can see that's an object itself with the first and last name. And so we can access the first name by the dot first. And we can access the last name by the dot last. So as we nest object literals, we can just keep adding dots to get to every property in the nested object literal.